Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a very special video for you guys. I am going to be using Le OP tree. Yeah, that's right. Yesterday, Trevenant was released in Pokemongo and it is OP in Great League. And I bet it's gonna be OP in Ultra League as well. So I played a few sets with this team and this team performed very well. Really quickly, this first game I'm showing, I was trying Azu, Double Ghost, but then a friend of mine pointed out that this is going to be super weak to Nidoqueen Double Dark. So I stopped running that team and I actually did end up seeing a few Nidoqueen Double Darks while I was using the other team, the Stunfisk Azu Trevenant team that I have in the top left corner of the screen. But I think I lost those. I think. I had a difficult time against those, so I feel like now because of all these ghost and grass types coming into the game, we're gonna be seeing a lot of Double Dark. So yesterday I managed to climb about 100 points using this team. You'll see that I start off at like 2,410 and then I end up at like 2,513. I have been struggling a little bit, but this team is giving me some hope. I absolutely love using Trevenant. It is a really good counter to everything in the top meta right now. So as soon as the event started yesterday, I went ahead and I traded a few of the phantoms that I found with a friend, and I got one that was decent IV. It was 61513 and I was able to evolve that for free and second move it pretty easily because right now we have the bonus candy on catching. So I got the candies pretty quickly. I was able to make it. It's a rank 68, so it's not the best, but it performed well. So moving into the first match, you saw that we had a Scrafty on the lead, and I actually switched into Trevenant hoping that they would panic swap, and it worked, and they swapped into a Stunfisk, which is amazing, because these rock slides are gonna hurt, and I will have to give up a shield here, but Trevenant still does amazing against Stunfisk, especially since they didn't shield my first Shadow Ball. So now he's in Seed Bomb range, and look at that, he's given up 2 shields. So I am perfectly fine to give up a second shield here as well, and that way my Azu can line up with Scrafty, and this game is going so well. Play Rough is going to one-shot Scrafty, and there's nothing he can do against me here. I have seen Scrafties with Acid Spray before, but that's very rare. Believe me, I've seen it, and it has been so annoying. Anyways, gonna one-shot the Scrafty here, and what could he possibly have in the back? He has Azu in the back, and look at that, our Trevenant is still alive. I can get to a Seed Bomb on Trevenant, and that is going to do a ton of damage to Azu. Trevenant has an amazing attack stat also. It's a little bit squishy, but still very, very good. So here, he tries to catch something on Stunfisk, but I managed to farm him down, and then I can get the Seed Bomb off on Azu. And here he decides to quit. My Stunfisk was full health in the back and there was nothing he could do here. Cool. Moving on to the next game. Let's see what we get. So Stunfisk versus Stunfisk. Okay, so I make a lot of mistakes in the Stunfisk mirror match sometimes. I will be baiting with Rock Slide, hoping that they shield. I'm thinking if I should call the Rock Slide as well. I think I do. No, I shield as well. There's another game where I do call the Rock Slide. And then there is one that I played today where I called the Rock Slide and it was an Earthquake. So here, this is where I made the mistake. He baited twice and he's ahead of me in fast moves because he's been sneaking in all these mud shots. And I don't bait. And then we give up both shields. But now, both of us have no shields. Trevenant is able to take out a Talonflame without taking a hit, without taking a charge move from the Talonflame. And then Trevenant is gonna survive this Rock Slide with a little bit of HP, and I'm able to get the Seed Bomb off. Now, because shields are down, I'm gonna bring in Azu and I'm gonna try to farm down. I don't want my Stunfisk, which is still very healthy, to get hit with an Earthquake because it will one-shot. And then they have Azu in the back, so it's a little bit tricky here because Azu could potentially have Hydro Pump and then one-shot my Stunfisk, but I think I can take the win here. My plan is do a little bit of damage with my own Azu, and then come in and Earthquake the opponent's Azumarill. So now I think he's in Rock Slide range. He is in Rock Slide range, and Ice Beam won't take me out. There is a danger of the Stunfisk farming me down, and he does farm me down and manages to get to an Earthquake, but Azumarill is such a tank, and my Azumarill is a rank 12, so it survives the Earthquake with very little HP. We're able to get the bubble off and we take that win. So going into the next game, I actually play this game very badly. This is the only loss I included in this video. I usually include a lot more of my losses, but this video is already too long and I have so many great wins that I wanted to show. So I took them out, but I did include this one. This one I lost because I kind of misplayed it and I let my opponent get too many fast moves in. So that's why I lost this. So first, we lose lead, Stunfisk against Swampert. So I'm gonna swap into Azumarill, which isn't the best counter to Swampert because Swampert has Sludge Wave, but I am fully expecting something in the back to counter Grass, but they bring out Azu, so they have double water, so I'm thinking, could the third Pokemon be Skarmory? And I'm fully expecting Skarmory, because 2 water types, they have to be paired with some hard counter to Grass, right? Anyways, playing out this Azu matchup, I'm thinking, should I farm down with Trevenant? Yes, I am going to farm down with Trevenant. What are they gonna bring in? Expecting a Skarmory and they brought in a Stunfisk, so this team is kind of weak to Grass. I don't know what they do if they get like a Meganium or a double Grass team. That's fine. This is an okay matchup for us, but here I'm noticing that maybe I should protect my Trevenant. Potentially I could get a Seed Bomb off on Stunfisk, and they're down 2 shields right now. So here Earthquake will one-shot. If I can land the Earthquake, I can one-shot the Swampert, and 1 Hydro Cannon will not take me out completely. And this is where it all goes bad. He's gonna fully farm me down, and he sneaks that extra Mudshot in. If he didn't sneak that extra Mudshot in, we could have simultaneously KO'd and I would have won that. But unfortunately, Trevenant is squishy, can't take this Rock Slide, so that's a loss for me. I could have played it a little bit better, but my opponent was sneaking in so many Mudshots, and what can you do? Fast move denial is so difficult. Next game, this is one of my best games I played. We get Mawile, and the only solid answer I have on my team to Mawile is Azumarill. So I'm thinking, I can't swap in yet, can I? So I'm gonna throw the Earthquake, take a shield, and then I'm gonna swap into Azu and hope that he doesn't have a hard counter to my Azumarill. Luckily, he's staying in. That way I can do more damage to Mawile, and we CMP tie here, so I'm able to get the Ice Beam off, hoping that he doesn't shield. He doesn't shield, so he's in the red. That's good. Mawile counters what I have in the back, and I just needed it to be as low as possible. So now he's bringing in Cofagrigus. This is an okay matchup. I'm able to do as much damage as I can with Azu, and I won't be able to survive 2 Shadow Balls. He's gonna get to the next Shadow Ball before I get to the Ice Beam, so I'm okay with letting this go down. Now I'm thinking to bring in Stunfisk and then go for the Rock Slide, but I miscount here. And I'm gonna let Stunfisk go down because at this point I read that he might have Azu in the back, and Trevenant with a shield could win against the Azu. And he brings in Mawile. That means whatever he has in the back is really weak to Trevenant. And look at that, we predicted right. The only reason why I saved that shield for this tree is because I predicted that there would be an Azu in the back, and I am so happy I did not shield the Stunfisk. So now I have 1 shield, and I actually outpace by miles to these Seed Bombs. Azu's not going to be able to get to 2 Ice Beams, and we take that win. I got 4 wins in that set, so you can see that this team is performing very, very well. I did go on a lose streak the day before, so I am a believer in the algorithm. This could be the algorithm being nice to me. Anyways, I just want to say really quickly that my best games are the last 2 games in this video. If you want, you can go ahead and skip to those, but I still have a few nice games that I'm going to show you guys. So next game, we have an amazing lead. It's Bastiodon versus our Stunfisk, and he swaps into Victory Bell. That means this is Bastiodon double grass. So I'm thinking I don't have a solid answer to grass types. I only have Trevenant. So I wanted to do a little bit of damage with Rock Slide before swapping in, but we managed to take a shield at least. And here I make a mistake where I probably could have gone for the Seed Bomb. He was really low. He was in the red, and I guess I could have gone for Seed Bomb, and if he survived I could have farmed him down because he's going to bring in Bastiodon and farm me down anyways. And we managed to get to the Shadow Ball on Bastiodon and get that chip damage off. But I'm thinking if he has a grass type in the back, then I want my Stunfisk to be healthy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch on Azu, because Azu here could potentially be useless. But it's not. He has Tropius in the back, and the Tropius thankfully is not running Razor Leaf. It's running Air Slash. So these Ice Beams are going to hurt like crazy. Tropius is double weak to ice because it is flying and grass type. So we managed to take the first shield, and for some reason he lets us get to the second Ice Beam and decides not to take me out. But finally he throws his Leaf Blade, and then I'm going to bring in Stunfisk and Rock Slide the Tropius, but I am not going to shield this Leaf Blade. That's because Flamethrower will actually do more damage. So perfectly fine, we're perfectly comfortable here. Bastiodon can't do anything against us, and we take that win. Our opponent surrenders there. It was a game over for them. Moving on to the next game, let's see what we get. So we have Stunfisk versus Cofagrigus on the lead. Okay, this is kind of tricky. Cofagrigus will be a neutral matchup against everything, well, except for Trevenant, of course. So gonna let my Stunfisk take this Shadow Ball, hoping he doesn't shield the Earthquake, and he doesn't, so we're pretty even here. I don't want to give up any shields because Trevenant in the back is very squishy, and I have the potential to sweep with it. So I think I'm just gonna let Stunfisk go down here. Now, I'm thinking if I should farm down with Trevenant or come in with Azu and farm down. I decide to go with Azu. I wanted that energy lead on Azu, and I know I'm gonna have to take a Shadow Ball on Azu. I wasn't sure if he could get to Shadow Ball if I brought in Trevenant, so this is the decision I made. He brings in Azu, and I'm like, okay, maybe I can swap into Trevenant. Maybe he doesn't have the best answer to it in the back. We'll see. So throwing that Seed Bomb, of course I'm going to shield here because Ice Beam will hurt, but he goes Play Rough, so he doesn't have Ice Beam, and he has Bastiodon in the back. This is okay, not the best. I'm going to have to shield the Flamethrower, but these Shadow Balls do quite a bit of damage to this tanky rock. So doing as much damage as I can, shielding the Flamethrower, and I'm going to go for another Shadow Ball because his shields are down. We'll see how much damage this does. He's in the red, and I'm thinking I can farm him down here, but I attempt to catch a Flamethrower on Azu. He doesn't throw the Flamethrower, instead he throws the Stone Edge, which could have been very dangerous for my team. But luckily we survive, and we're able to get a Play Rough off on Azu, and I get to the Seed Bomb instantly, and I know that his Bastiodon is 1 HP. I just need one Shadow Claw to KO. We managed to get that damage in before he gets his Smackdown damage, and we take that win. So that's another win with this team. I highly recommend you make one of these trees before they're gone from the wild, because right now they're spawning like crazy, and like I said, you have the candy boost. So next game we have Medicham on the lead, and that's a bad lead for us. So we swap into Trevenant, and they swap into Bastiodon, which, as we saw before, isn't the worst matchup for Trevenant. You just have to give up a shield. They'll have to give up a shield also if they want to win switch. So shielding the Flamethrower, and I'm just gonna throw these Shadow Balls, hoping that they don't shield. We'll see if they decide to let it go, and they do. So I'm actually able to farm down here. This is awesome because I can line up Medicham with Azu. We don't want their Stunfisk to see that Medicham. And they bring in Politoed. I was not expecting that. I was expecting Sableye in the back. But seeing this Politoed, I'm actually gonna end up investing both shields in Trevenant. That way I can take both his shields and potentially get to a fourth Seed Bomb, but they instantly swap into Medicham, and when I bring out the Azu, they decide to instantly quit. They noticed it was game over. And I actually had quite a bit of energy. I think I was one or two Shadow Claws away from another Seed Bomb on Trevenant, so I could have potentially lined that up with the Politoed. So another set with 4 wins. Like I said, I didn't show all of these games. I would like to show some games from a set I did later that I thought I performed really, really, really well in. The sets that I play at the end, I get hard countered, and somehow I still managed to pull out with the win. So this game, this is just a fun game I threw in. It's basically a hard counter lead Medicham versus Stunfisk, and a hard counter swap in. We get Skarmory against Trevenant. Now Skarmory underestimates, a lot of them are underestimating the damage that Shadow Ball does, so they don't shield. Now I have the potential to flip this matchup. I need to flip this matchup if I don't want Medicham to line up with Azu. So that's what I do. I invest the shield, and I actually managed to farm the Skarmory down, and I'm at a Seed Bomb, so if he brings in Medicham, I'm able to get the Seed Bomb damage off. So now I can line up Azu with Medicham, and I'm hoping that whatever he has in the back, my Stunfisk can counter, but I'm not gonna find out because here he just quits. So that was a fun game where the grass type countered the flyer. Moving into the next game, this is the hard counter city game. I get Greedent on the lead. Greedent will resist everything except Seed Bomb. So I catch the crunch on Stunfisk, that was my plan, and then he brings in Azu. So not the best swap in for us, but I'm willing to do this earthquake damage, try to get it as low as possible potentially into farm down range for Trevenant. And I'm hoping this is Hydro Pump because I don't want him to farm me down, because Ice Beam could be very dangerous for Trevenant. So now I need to get ahead on energy with Trevenant, and I need to take out the Azu. So I throw the Seed Bomb right before he gets to Ice Beam, but I'm guessing he doesn't have Ice Beam because if he did, he would have thrown it. So that was definitely a play rough. He brings in Greedent, and I'm counting these Bullet Seeds. These Bullet Seeds are not going to do much to Trevenant, and I want to catch the next crunch on Azu. We managed to catch it. That's awesome. This won't do much to Azu, and he brings in his own Trevenant. Okay, so he is down 1 shield because he decided to shield his Greedent once. So I'm not going to give up any shields here, and I'm going to hope that this Ice Beam lands. If he gives up a shield, then I can win with Trevenant, and if he doesn't, I'm gonna do a ton of damage. So luckily he doesn't shield, and here I see my win condition is to come in and completely farm down with my own tree. So I know this is not a Shadow Ball, I was counting and that was a Seed Bomb, and I am perfectly fine letting that go. It's not gonna do a lot of damage. I know that I need both shields for Greedent if I want to win. Like I said, luckily Bullet Seed won't do much damage to Trevenant, it's resisted, and I am able to outpace to these Seed Bombs. But my opponent is going Body Slam now. They are realizing that I am quite low and Trevenant is quite squishy, so I might be in Body Slam range, but luckily I can beat them to the next Seed Bomb, and we take that win. So that was, I got really hard countered there. I led Trevenant into Greedent, and then I got the Azu lined up with the Stunfisk, with my Stunfisk, and then their Trevenant lined up with my Azu. Now this is another team where I get hard countered. We lead Stunfisk into a Shadow Swampert, and then I save swap Azu, and they bring out Abomasnow. So this is really bad for me. Abomasnow is actually very good against this whole team, so I'm just trying to do as much damage as I can. I try to go for the Ice Beam there, but for some reason it throws that extra bubble. That's fine. I'm gonna come in with Stunfisk, and I'm not gonna shield. I have Trevenant in the back. It needs 2 shields. So going for this Rock Slide, hoping he chooses not to shield here, and we'll see what he has in the back. So I swap instantly into Trevenant when he brings out the Swampert, and he brings in Frostlass. So I was debating quitting here, but I was like, okay, let's just play this out. I just need the Seed Bomb to take him out, and potentially we can take both his shields. We'll see if he decides to shield, but he should notice that his win condition is not to shield the Frostlass, let it go down, and then save the shield for Swampert. But he doesn't do that. He does exactly what I need him to do. He uses both shields on Frostlass, and that way I can leave the match with a Seed Bomb, and we one-shot that Shadow Swampert. So satisfying to see. And that just goes to show that you can win matches that you think are impossible to win just by managing your shields well and managing your energy well. So going into the final match of the video, we have a Swampert mirror match. I hate Swampert mirror matches, but I have a slightly higher attack on my Swampert so I can win CMP, but for some reason my opponent is winning CMP. So this is kind of bad for me. In order for me to win this matchup, I need to bait twice. And I need to hope that he throws the Earthquake on the second charge move, and he does, and that's perfect for me because then I can bait with Rock Slide, hoping to take the second shield, and then I can outpace him to the next Earthquake. Now, as always, they always catch. He catches on Azu. That's all right. I can bring in Trevenant now. We are both down 2 shields, so Ice Beam is going to hurt here. But I'm noticing that he's building up to Play Rough, not Ice Beam, so thankfully he has Play Rough, and it won't one-shot. It hurts a lot because Trevenant is squishy, but it's fine. And he brings in Sableye, and let's see how much this Shadow Ball does. That's a neutral Shadow Ball. That almost near KO'd Sableye. That's insane. So I'm gonna bring in Azu here. I'm thinking so he could dump his energy here on Azu, but I'm just gonna stay in. I'm not bringing in Sableye yet, or sorry, I'm not bringing in Stunfisk yet, because I don't want to get hit with an Earthquake. We're both down 2 shields, and my Stunfisk doesn't have any energy because I threw the Earthquake and I swapped out. So now he's gonna come in and try to farm me down, but thankfully I get to the Ice Beam right before I get KO'd. So we take the win. And that was a really good day of battles. I was not doing too well in the Great League, and then this day I was able to redeem myself, and I'm still using Trevenant in some teams and it's doing pretty decent, so I highly recommend you guys make one. We're gonna start seeing it a lot, but try to use it now while it still catches people off guard. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. If you like this video, make sure to leave a like, and make sure to leave a subscribe for more videos to come in the future. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all later.